about humanity.
Well, here we go again, back in the studio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are coming in from. I am Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master. This is the Bullish Bitcoin channel, the Bullish Bitcoin channel live show on Monday, the 19th of May, 2025. As always, strong Bitcoin hand. That is the name of the game. Welcome in, everyone. I can see you all joining in the chat. Whilst you are doing that, I do need to get the necessaries out of the way. Anyone finding this for the first time, don't come looking for financial advice. You are not going to find it. I'm just me, some regular Brit who's got no financial background, just shouting from the rooftops twice a week about Bitcoin. So do your own research and don't come looking for charts, technical analysis, price predictions. You're not going to get it here. I would encourage you to follow me somewhere else. You can go into the show notes, click on the Linktree link and follow me on my YouTube backup channel called UK Bitcoiner. That's a great channel to follow me on, amongst others. It is all there if you click on that link. Quick shout out to the first show sponsor, the best of Exmoor, top left, Bitcoiners, holiday company here in the UK, 200 properties in a beautiful part of the world called the West Country, Cornwall as it's known, or Devon and Cornwall, and it is Exmoor National Park. Well worth checking out, people, for when you are ready to spend some of your Bitcoin and buy yourself and your family a holiday. We call it holiday. In America, you call it vacation. Means the same thing. So scan the QR code, have a look around, see the reviews. They're pretty damned impressive, I've got to say. And when you're ready, if and when you're ready, you can pay in currency, you can pay in Bitcoin, and can use my code also to get yourself further discounts. Okay, so as always, let's see who we've got in the chat. JB Bitcoiner is in the house. Shout out to Chelsea. Baz had a bit of very, very sad news in his family. Baz, virtual hugs coming your way, mate, from all of us. I'm sure everyone in the chat would send their condolences, mate. Really sorry, really sorry. Anyway, Janet Yellen's Liquidity is in the house. Who else have we got? John G is with us. BitcoinMeister's here. Elaine Mrs. UK. We've got Eddie Willers in the house. Good to see you. Mr. W and you, buddy. Big Mike, great to see you. UK Bitcoin Farmer, welcome back. Where have you been? Barefoot Barry coming in from New Zealand, from the Philippines, actually. Vinny Rondo, Staten Island. Good to see you all. Smash that like button. Really, really important that you do that. It really helps to get this show, my content, in front of more eyeballs. That said, I'm just going to go off piste here for a little bit and say, you know what? We're currently sat at over $105,000 and the apathy out there is palpable. No one's excited. I remember the last bull run when we were getting up high. Everyone was excited. There was FOMO going on. It's just like quiet out there, which tells me we got a long way to go in this bull market before this thing is over. And when I look at my viewers compared to the likes and the viewers in total, even that's down. And yet my subscribers are up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I can't get my head around what the heck is going on. All I know is you guys that are in the chat, if you're holding Bitcoin, you owe it to yourself and your family and your Bitcoin's number go up technology for your family's financial future to retweet this, to share it wherever you can. And you know what? I think the world of all of you, but hardly any of you do. There are a handful of you that do this regular as clockwork. Get on Twitter and retweet this. On Nostr, repost it. You can share the link with anybody that's willing to listen. If you believe that Bitcoin is going where we all think it's going, then you should be telling every member of your friends, your family, and if they ignore you, that should not be your problem. But what you don't want to happen is family and friends come to you in a few years, and say, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you show me Bitcoin? All you got to do is send them a link and say, you got to watch this. And you know what? Most people don't do it. And I find that really sad because it's really hard work putting these things together. And a little bit of help from you guys would go a long way. Mr. 60, good to see you in the house. So we're going over to the the desktop and let's see what's going on in the news. And I had to start with this one. This guy is laughable. If you don't know who Dave Portnoy is, Dave Portnoy is the founder of Barstool in the US. I think he might be definitely a multi-millionaire. I don't know whether he's a billionaire. But this guy is in and out of crap coins like they're going out of fashion. And here he is now, and they use this internet personality. Dave Portnoy issues exciting XRP Bitcoin forecast. Let me just show you why this guy has not got a clue. Dave Portnoy revealed he holds XRP or Ripple, citing market hype. He sees XRP in a similar spotlight as Bitcoin in its early stages. Wrong. Go and have a look at how many tokens there are for XRP. It runs into the billions. If it runs into the billions, where is the scarcity aspect? How the hell he can ever consider putting XRP, which is a crap coin, headed up by people, firstly, Brad Garlinghouse, who donated $10 million to the Harris campaign. So he was obviously on the side of against our industry. You then had the other one, Chris Larson, who gave $5 million to Greenpeace so they could dump all over and use their name to dump all over Bitcoin's energy usage and to get it to change to proof of stake. And he has the gall to say that Bitcoin, or talk about Bitcoin and XRP in the same bucket. The guy has not got a clue. And if you want to hold your Bitcoin and not lose it and not be funded out of it, you do not want to be listening to people like him. Simple as that. If you're holding Bitcoin, you should be hiding your proper name. You should be doing everything you can to stay as private and secure as you can. You've all heard the extreme lengths that I've already gone to hide us. Ramo, good to see you. To hide us, our identity, where we live, our names. You'll never see our full names out there. Why do I say that? Because look at this one. If you haven't seen the video floating around on Twitter, you want to go watch it. This crypto tycoon's daughter and grandchild were being accosted and kidnapped on a pavement in France in broad daylight. This is what's coming for anybody holding a significant amount of any type of asset worth money. French police are investigating an attempted kidnapping that targeted the daughter of a crypto company CEO and her child in central Paris, would you believe, on Tuesday morning. According to a new report from Valeurs Actuelles, I don't know how you say that in French. She was later identified as the daughter of the CEO of a leading crypto purchasing platform. The assailant's plan was foiled when the child's father intervened, physically confronting the attackers. Despite being beaten, he managed to prevent the abduction. You can't imagine the carnage if they'd have took that young woman and her flipping daughter. And this is why you've got to be as private as you can out there on social media. Like Uncool Hodler there. I know what Uncool Hodler's name is. He and I are friends, but he doesn't call himself that. Bram VDB, the same. Ramo, the same. Well done. UK Bitcoin Farmer. You know, all of you people, every one of you that have hidden your first name, go in and check all your social media platforms, because if you're on one, they'll link it to another, if that makes sense. So this thing is proliferating as crypto, dare I say that word, and Bitcoin gains momentum, people. So dead important that nobody knows who you really are. And to take that a stage further, the French government gives crypto entrepreneurs a priority police line because it's so bad. French crypto entrepreneurs will receive priority access to emergency police services and heightened security by the country's government following a meeting with the country's interior minister today. A meeting was arranged this week with Interior Minister Bruno Vitalo, I don't know how to say that. I don't speak French. I tried at school, hated it. To address the recent spate of crypto kidnappings, and it just goes on and on and on. So, they're really coming out and saying we've got to do something about this to protect these people. Now, the number one thing you and I can do is, I'll say it again, hide our identities everywhere. If you have, say, a Facebook account or a LinkedIn account or something, go back as far as history will allow and get rid of anything that's tied to your personal identity. Because I'm telling you, if you are worth hundreds of thousands, millions, etc., they, in quotes, will find a way to find who you are. Seriously. Okay, we move on. Why am I so bullish on Bitcoin? Because of everything I'm about to share with you. Al-Abraj becomes first Middle East public company to hold Bitcoin. Al-Abraj's Bitcoin move, probably butchered that, underscores Bahrain's ambition to establish itself as a tech-friendly hub while encouraging other Gulf corporations. With the recent Gulf Summit 2025 focusing on RWA, or real-world asset tokenization, and regional growth trends, Al-Abraj's announcement could catalyze broader Bitcoin adoption in the Gulf. There's one more bit of bullish news. I said this the other day. It seems like every single day a new company is buying Bitcoin, putting it on its balance sheet, treasury, whatever it might look like. It is happening, but you've got to remember there are hundreds of thousands and millions of companies around the world, and this thing is just starting to gather pace, and that is why you want to be in before the momentum is going nuts. Here's another one. Basel Medical Plans 1 billion Bitcoin acquisition deal. Basel Medical Group is negotiating a $1 billion Bitcoin acquisition. The company aims to use Bitcoin to diversify reserves and strengthen its balance sheet. The acquisition would be among the largest by a healthcare firm in the Asia Pacific region. My point, it is happening, people, right before your eyes, and you want to front run it while you still got a chance to. Okay. Melius, oh dear, I've chosen them today, haven't I? Buys 28.4 million in Bitcoin, now holds 320 Bitcoin. That is not massive by strategies, standards, etc. But how would you like to own 320 Bitcoin? I know I would. Brazilian publicly listed fintech firm Melius bought 274.5 Bitcoin for 28.4 million after shareholder approval. Company now holds 320.2 BTC, worth over 33.3 million. Their stock, see that? Their stock has risen 116% since its first Bitcoin purchase in March. We're only in May. 2 months ago, and its stock's up 116%. Every company or corporation that does this, their stock goes through the roof. If this isn't telling you that you need to be getting off a zero and owning Bitcoin, then nothing will. And this one, Steak and Shake, whatever that is in the US, I can clearly see it is a nationwide chain. Steak and Shake introduces Bitcoin payments via Lightning at US locations. Fast food chain Steak and Shake has introduced support for Bitcoin payments through the Lightning Network at its restaurants across the United States, according to a company announcement made on the 16th of May. The fast food chain stated that the payment option is now available nationwide and is not limited to a test phase or pilot rollout. Customers can now use Lightning-compatible Bitcoin wallets to complete transactions by scanning a QR code at the register. When we go out to our local meetups and have a beer and chat with Bitcoiners, we do this. You go up to the bar, they ask you how you want to pay for your beer or your pizza or whatever it might be, and you either pay in sats or crappy fiat, And it's phenomenal when you pay in sats, you open up your phone, whatever it might be, an easy one here with just maybe a 20 or 30 quid on it would be wallet of Satoshi. And you literally press send, QR code comes up, you scan their QR code and bang, it's paid. And that's how easy it is. And Steak and Shake have now got this. And I'm telling you now, they are maybe the first chain, but they will not be the last chain. This thing is going to gather some pace, people. So like I keep saying, you need to be front running all of this, because all these companies that do what Shake and whatever it is, bacon shake, steak, whatever Steak and Shake are doing, there's going to be loads of them. Then McDonald's will jump on the bandwagon. They'll all jump on the bandwagon when they see the results they can get by accepting Bitcoin with footfall, more people going in, and then their revenue that they can hold a Bitcoin reserve, etc. This thing is going to snowball. UKBitcoin has said it well. We are watching history being written before our eyes. What a privilege to be witnessing it happening. Absolutely couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree with Uncool Hodler. Help a noob. Hit the like button. Yes, people. Smash it. Do it now if you haven't done it already. I've still got more viewers than I have likes. Now, that might be because I can't press a button and refresh this because everything goes belly up. So, but I've certainly got more viewers at the moment than likes. Okay, we move on. Panama City Mayor hints at Bitcoin reserve following a meeting with El Salvador advisors. Panama City Mayor Mizrachi stirred speculation about a possible Bitcoin reserve after a cryptic post on his official X account on May the 16th. The cryptic post followed his meeting with Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert, two of the key architects behind El Salvador's Bitcoin policy. Kaiser currently serves as President Nayib Bukele's Bitcoin advisor, while Herbert leads the country's Bitcoin office. Although the content of the discussion remains private, the timing of the post suggests that the idea of a Bitcoin reserve may have been on the agenda. Look, it is on the agenda. It is on the agenda of everyone across the world because they're seeing what is going on. Even though you're always going to get the 80%ers that will always dismiss it, always have a reason it's not going to work, always have a reason they can't buy it, etc. You can't change that. All we can do as Bitcoiners is keep putting the message out there. You guys keep sharing my videos, okay? Come on. Let's all work together. You guys sharing my videos wherever you can. And then as the noobs come in, as Uncle Hodler said, they find our channel through maybe one of you, tweeting it out, posting it out on Nostr, sharing the links with your friends. And then we help a noob not to get dragged down the crap coin route and lose their hard-earned family savings, because that's what happens when they get sucked into these pump and dump schemes. Don't let it happen, people, please. And then I've got to show you this picture. Look at his face. Look at that thunder face. JP Morgan sees Bitcoin outpacing gold as crypto derivatives market expands. So, on one hand, Jamie Dimon, or Demon, Mr. Corruption himself, constantly beating the drum about Bitcoin being a pet rock. Government should close it down. And then they've got their analysts saying, it is going to outpace and is outpacing gold. Bitcoin has more potential upside than gold, continuing a trend seen in recent months as the largest digital asset by market value has rallied, JP Morgan analysts wrote in a note published on Thursday. Analysts noted that Bitcoin has been buoyed by a range of catalysts lately, including growing corporate treasury allocations and legislation, both proposed and enacted, allowing the states to invest in the asset. So what I'm trying to say is, for those of you, and Yorkie you will, that remember, I was beating the drum in 2018 when I first started podcasting that Jamie Dimon was going to have egg on his face over Bitcoin. And others, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Nouriel Roubini, what's the fella that went on Joe Rogan, Peter Zion. The list is endless. Shifty Pete. It is endless of the people that I called out saying their tweets, their posts, they're not going to wear very well at all. And they're not weathering it well at all, are they? So, I didn't want to say I'm right, but I knew I was right. Many of us that are in Bitcoin know we're right. You just know when you know, and nobody's going to change your mind. Okay, very quick shout out. If you're not on the Orange Pill app, you should check it out. An app for Bitcoiners. If you use my link in the show notes, Orange Pill app will give you 5,000 sats once you've subscribed in some form or another. Excited. The second show sponsor is By the Book Accountancy. There's Robin Thatcher down there next to me, who I interviewed a couple of weeks ago. He's a UK accountant. They do standard accountancy, crypto accounting, supporting small businesses in the UK. You can literally book the link, get a free 30-minute consultation with them. You should follow Robin Thatcher. He's just tweeted out how HMRC have just changed their rules around crypto reporting and how these exchanges are going to want to know everything about us and report it back to HMRC in the future. Friggin' nightmare, and I've got to get the hell out of Dodge. I really have. Leading UK tax and cryptocurrency accountant is Robin. But if you watch my interview, he clearly states he's a Bitcoiner. But being in the tax industry, if he just does tax for Bitcoiners, he's shooting themselves in the foot to all these other idiots that are playing around with all these other crappy coins. So he has to call it crypto tax help. Okay, we move on. Bitcoin Magazine tweeted this one. Publicly traded Binance, UK publicly traded Binance buy 16.9 Bitcoin for 1.75 million for their treasury. One word here, or two words, thank goodness. And a few more words, someone in the UK has got a bit of sense, because right now the UK is dying a death and we need somebody to shake this up. We need more Brits to start beating the drum about Bitcoin, because we're becoming a laughing stock around the world, particularly in the US. We really are. Vivek, love this one. Giant Bitcoin logo displayed over Austin in Texas. If you go and find the tweet, this is a video running of, I guess they're drones doing that, but it's beautiful to see that up over Texas is pretty darn incredible. Get in there, Yorkie Bitcoiner. Get in there, Rocky Palumbo. Steve Redding has joined us. Good to see you guys, as always. Hull Bitcoiner, welcome. Good to see you with us. Love it when we get more Hull Bitcoiners in the house. Okay, what else? Whoops, let me just click this as it will not work. What's your guru? ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood predicts Bitcoin will reach 1.5 million by 2030. People, that is 4.5 years away. Can you imagine? I just believe it'll be more than this. But how that will pan out, I haven't got a crystal ball. I'm just my gut feeling on everything I'm watching when I put these shows together. It is happening all over the place. And you're going to, the gradually, suddenly, I just believe the suddenly is here and is picking up pace. Seafrost Flooring, welcome. Good to see you. One from Cointelegraph. Robert Kiyosaki predicts Bitcoin will reach 250k in 2025, citing the collapse of the Marxist central bank system. Not sure that's going to happen, actually, but what do I know? He is way more clever than me. Crikey. You know, the guy, Donald Trump's friend, you know, he wrote the New York bestseller for many years, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the Cash Flow Quadrant as well. I've got both books, brilliant books. You should check them out. At least at the moment, he's bullish Bitcoin, but this guy blows hot and cold. He really does. When Bitcoin takes a bit of a tumble, he stops flipping talking about it and then starts talking about it again when the thing jumps up again. Hey, but it is what it is. People will be people. Vivek again. State of California pension funds just revealed buying $276 million of MicroStrategy. California is buying Bitcoin. It is happening. Bitcoin News tweeted, starting January the 1st, 2026, the UK will require all digital asset platforms, both local and foreign, serving UK users to collect and report their user and transaction data to HMRC, or His Majesty's Registry and Customers. in customs. So in all honesty, they're trying to close in on us. They want to know everything about what we're doing, our inside leg measurement. Every time we have a crap, it's just driving me insane. It really is. And they'll say that it's under the guise of fraud protection. But of course, what they want to do is know everything you're doing, everything you're spending, everything you're buying, what you're doing with it. And it's a nightmare, and I hate it. I really do. Joe Mellon, Dodgy Bob, welcome. Good to see you guys. We're just about to wrap, so go back and watch from the beginning. That would be my advice. Okay, I found this quote from Will Smith from the film The Pursuit of Happiness. Stop letting people who do so little for you control so much of your mind, feelings, and emotions. And we do. And listen, I'm guilty of it as well. I let people's views, I take them on board, and if they're a view that is negative towards me or anything I'm doing, I get upset about it. We're all guilty of it. But what we want to do is we want to stop taking on their baggage, because all we're doing is taking on their baggage, and most of the time they're too lazy to do any proof of work, so they're wrong anyway. So why should we listen to them? And I don't listen to anybody anymore that wants to try and talk to me about Bitcoin that is not already down the rabbit hole. That's where I'm at. I'm hoping you guys are at the same place. So there we are, people. That is another show under my belt. If anyone wants to support my channel, that is easy. There's some sats if you want to donate some, and you don't have to. There's a Revolut link you can use if you're in the UK or Europe or you use Revolut. You don't have to. I'm going to say this again because noobs tune in. You can see by the subscriber count the way it's gone up. You do not need to support me. No one does. I don't expect it. But some people have reached out and said, how can we drop you a tip for the work you do? That's how you do it if that is you. But for now, Breaker, Convoy, Torp Huddle in the house. Get in there, dude. Good to see you live. That is your UK Bitcoin Master live show for the 19th of May, 2025. Once again, give a little bit of love and hugs to poor old Chelsea Baz. He's had some rotten family news. Baz, we're all thinking of you, mate. We really are. But I'm going to play you out with Baz's song, which is a Bitcoin song. And if you haven't gone and subscribed to their channel, please do. A, he's a Bitcoiner. B, this is a cracking song about how the money is broken. And you need to go to YouTube and search for Hello Earth and the Rabbit Hole song. You'll find it. Subscribe and listen. It is awesome. Here's 15 seconds of it. Catch you all on Thursday.